Hello, everybody. 7i Energy Unit again. How do our bodies use energy? Now, I guess the first thing we would be good to look at is what is energy measured in? Well, energy is measured in joules. But you would see here, actually, on this graph, we've got kilojoules. Because we require such a large number of joules, it's actually easier to call them kilojoules. So 1 joule, sorry, 1 kilojoule equals 1,000 joules. So it's just a way to keep us from writing too many zeros, basically making these numbers smaller. So you can see we consume a lot of energy through food. So the food we eat, our cells release the energy from that food in a process called respiration. We require oxygen a lot of the time for that process to happen. And we use that energy for all sorts of things in our bodies, like movement, all kind of metabolism, all the chemical reactions in our body, controlling the temperature of our body, controlling or sensing things moving to and away from things, all sorts of life processes. And generally, as we get older, or we have more cells, age 5, age 11, age 18, the number of cells in these age groups is increased. So actually we require more energy as we are growing. So to grow requires more energy. The bigger you are as well, the more energy you do require. However, you can see age 18, we're actually an adult, almost, and you kind of stop growing at this point. So I wonder why these two are different then. So we're both roughly an adult. What's the difference between these two? Well, actually, age here means that possibly the metabolic reaction, metabolism, has become slightly lower. Or we are not growing anymore. So an 18-year-old may well still be growing a bit, or actually they may be more or less active. Now, we can see an active adult does actually consume more energy than an age 18. So I would say more likely this difference here to be activity. We can see a very active adult has much, much higher energy recommendation, almost double really. This adult here, sedentary adult sitting down, not doing much, consumes a huge amount more energy. But it may well also be this adult here is supposed to be much older, so it could be age. A very old person, for example, granddad, grandma age, they do very well. Most old grandparents do very little exercise anymore, so they don't require that amount of energy. That energy, so activity, is all about movement, yeah. Metabolism, how much. And we know, bodybuilder, the beast, requires a huge amount of energy for all the workouts that he does, so he's moving all the time. He also requires a huge amount of proteins to build his muscles as well. So good discussion on, how do our bodies use energy, and also at what time of life are we using the most energy.